think routine helps people a lot. But one of the big barriers, in my view, in South Africa is transport. So for a lot of people, and I'm sorry, I talk a lot about poor people, but a lot of poor people have to catch taxis. It's not clear whether there will be a taxi or there won't be a taxi. There are a lot of them, but it's not like we've got a good public transport system that you can actually hop on and hop off and you know when it's going to come and you know where it's going to go, like in many other countries. And that's a barrier for people to get to places on time, to actually plan their day, to look after their children and so on. So there are a lot of things that need to be in place to make a healthy society. And I think that we've just focused on the one little area in our work, and trying to look at the food, making healthy food available, which we're hoping will make a difference. But yeah, there are a lot of things that the nudges, as you say. I think what the nudges mean to me is really making the environment healthier. So there are some interventions. For example, it's called a healthy school environment, a healthy school project. And what they do is they bring all the stakeholders together, so teachers, parents, and children, and they look at what's going to make our school healthier. And for different schools, it's different things. So some schools say, we need to put a fence around our school to protect our children. Other schools say we need a bullying policy, or we need both. So I think it's also about people getting involved in their own decisions around what is good for us. And I think part of our problem, and I'm probably going to sound quite old-fashioned, is that we don't work together as a community very often. So even where we live in South Africa, often we live separate from other people. We're afraid of other people. We live with high walls. We don't work together to say, okay, what's good for all of us? What's good for some of us? We can work in our small spaces, and make changes that I think can be quite effective.
Yeah. 2 points on that. Firstly, this is why I love having these types of conversations, because I never thought for 1 second that our conversation was going to get linked to the public transport system and how that's going to impact on the health of the nation. But when you talk about it, it makes perfect sense, because we revert to what is convenient and to what's readily accessible and available in that moment if our day goes for a ball. And if you don't know when you're going to get somewhere and how long it's going to take, and if you, God forbid, you've got kids that you've got to think about what food to get them, just to get food for yourself must be difficult. And then you invariably end up relying on what's convenient. So, these spaza shops on the side of the road that sell knickknacks and sell Cokes, and they sell those sorts of things that also don't go off and expire, because there's a...
we haven't got fridge.
Yes. Yeah. So there's that. And you start to then add all those pieces of the puzzle up, and then that's how you get the macro of the obesity rate that we've got in this country. And then it starts to all make sense, and you think, wow, okay, I can actually see how all of these things are contributing to this problem that we've now got ourselves in.